I'm currently at Samsung Unpacked here in New York, and I want to talk to you guys about the Galaxy Z Fold 7. Here's the thing, the Fold is a phone that I used to daily from the Fold 4 and the 5, and I ultimately ended up deciding to cut it loose and move back to traditional slab style phones because I just didn't see the improvement that I was hoping for year over year. We wanted a wider cover display, we wanted a lighter phone, and I desperately wanted the main camera to be at least on par with Samsung's Ultra series. At least considering the Z Fold is Samsung's most expensive phone, I just felt like it should have had those features to begin with. But I'm actually really happy because the Fold 7 finally feels like an answer to my pain points, and it genuinely does look very promising. Before we go any further though, a like and a sub to the channel is always appreciated. I just want to say thank you so much for the support that you've been showing me here on this channel. We're almost at 60,000 subscribers, and I just can't believe it, so thank you. Anyways, this is the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7, so let's just go ahead and dive in. First things first, that wider cover display, it's pretty much on par now with a regular phone. It's not as large as something like the Galaxy S25 Edge, which is what I'm actually using right now, but it's a very comfortable 6.5 inches. It's not cramped like the previous Folds used to be, and it genuinely doesn't feel like I'm giving anything up this time around. It's a 1080p HD Plus display with Gorilla Glass Ceramic 2, and it is a 120Hz AMOLED 2X panel. But I think what helps the cover display feel more like an actual phone is straight up just the form factor of the Fold 7. This thing is incredibly thin. It's 8.9 millimeters when folded, which is realistically only a hair thicker than the S25 Ultra. But because the phone's a little smaller in the hand, it actually feels more comfortable and doesn't feel as thick to me, just because I'm not having to like wrap my whole hand around a really wide device. I think the most impressive thing is the fact that Samsung's actually dropped the weight of the Fold quite significantly. It's now down to 216 grams, and it's actually 3 grams less than the S25 Ultra, which does make a huge difference as a daily driver. I'm already having the itch to just throw my SIM in this thing the second that I get it. I'll have this phone in hand by the time you're seeing this video, and that's genuinely just because it's one of the more comfortable devices that I've been able to use one-handed, and it still gives you that best of both worlds where you're not really giving up like a traditional slab phone, but you still do have that tablet form factor when you want more screen real estate. When unfolded, the Z Fold 7's display is now 8 inches, up from 7.6, so it's actually quite a bit bigger. Now, unfortunately, the units that we had weren't allowed to be connected to the internet, so I couldn't demo what something like a YouTube video or something would look like on it, but I do think that I prefer the inner display more on the Fold 7. I mean, I think the whole point of a folding phone is to give you a tablet-like experience, and at 7.6 inches before, I just don't think the Fold gave you that much more usable screen real estate that justified the sacrifice that we've seen previously with that smaller cover display. But now that the cover display is wider, you actually don't have that sacrifice, and you now have the benefit of having a larger tablet display when you open it up. That inner display is also a 1 to 120Hz dynamic AMOLED 2X panel, of course. It's 2184 by 1968, so it is very sharp. And there's actually a really interesting change to this that I'll bring up shortly toward the end of this video because I feel like it is worth discussing, but it does also come along with something that's quite negative that I know a lot of you aren't going to be happy about. Before we dive into that though, you do keep the same IP rating at IP48. There's been no increase to the battery size this year. It's still 4400 milliamp hours. I would have loved to see silicon carbide batteries in these devices, but I won't speculate on like the battery life and stuff until I'm actually able to use the device. And the reason why I don't think this is like too big of a deal is because the Fold for me has always been like an all-day battery, and it's not something that I've ever complained about before, even on like the Fold 4 and Fold 5. The chip inside now is also the Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy. I am very curious to see how that's gonna hold up when it comes to any sustained tasks like gaming or multitasking. So just make sure you turn on post notifications because I will be covering that when I actually do my full review of this device. The Z Fold 7 also does come in 256 gig and 512 gig, as well as 1 terabyte of storage. And there's also 3 colors. There's Silver Shadow, which by far is my favorite one. There's Blue Shadow, which does actually look really nice in person, and Jet Black, which is actually the color of my S25 Ultra, so it is nice to see. There is an online exclusive color called Mint. I didn't really have any proper hands-on with this thing, so that's the best shot that you're gonna see that I took of it, just because the table was so crowded. But from what I saw, it actually does look really nice, and it's a color that if I was to buy this phone, I'd probably consider picking up. And yeah, you do have those flat sides that we've been starting to see and the same sharp corners that are carried over from the Fold 6. But overall, I think that this is the most polished Galaxy Fold and genuinely a major upgrade that I'm actually super happy to see. However, there's been kind of a curveball, or two actually. So you do get that new 200 megapixel wide camera from the S25 Ultra. There's a 12 megapixel ultra wide, a 10 megapixel telephoto, which aren't as nice if I'm being honest, but the main camera has always been a gripe of mine on the Folds. So having that newer sensor is gonna be a game changer, but you probably noticed by now in the videos that the inner display selfie camera is no longer an inner display selfie camera anymore. It's actually using the same 10 megapixel f2.2 selfie camera that's on the outside of the device. On the inside, it's no longer hidden anymore. And I actually really appreciate that. Some people may not like this just because it's another thing that sort of pulls you out of that whole screen immersion that we literally just had on pretty much every previous Fold. But the inner display camera is something that has always been useless just due to how bad the quality was. So I'm assuming the whole ordeal was A, either just delete the camera entirely, or B, just give us a hole punch cutout. I'm glad that they went for the B route because I do actually find the camera to be usable when it comes to meetings and video calls and stuff. And as much as I do like having that full screen display with no interruption, it was one of my favorite things about the Folds. I also just like having a camera, so if that were to have been removed, it would have been really upsetting. I just don't think there was any point to having the camera that they had previously because it was basically unusable. Though something that I was not expecting to see was Samsung just completely axing the S Pen support. To be honest, I've never actually just bought the S Pen for the Fold. It's not something that I've ever used, and the only reason to that was because I honestly just found it expensive, and I also didn't like the idea of having to carry around a case specifically to hold the S Pen. It just felt like it was kind of like a cumbersome experience, and it's not something that I ever wanted to bring myself to using. The thing is though, is that removing the S Pen support is what actually allowed Samsung to make the phone thinner, because they got rid of the digitizer layer, and they were also able to increase the thickness of the glass. So theoretically, this phone should be a little stronger. And I mean, I know there's a whole diehard community of S Pen lovers in the Fold community, but from everyone that I've talked to here, it really does seem to be a welcome change. I would much rather have the Fold be a device that I can carry and not really think about. It's basically an unfolding S25 Ultra, but a little bit smaller. Though I'd actually really like to hear what you guys have to think about this, if the S Pen is something that you used on the Fold, if you're upset about this being removed. I just want to know where everyone stands on it because it helps me make these videos better when I actually do the full reviews. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this one. If you do want to see more content about this device, just go ahead and make sure that you're subscribed and turn on the post notifications. Drop a like down below if you've watched all the way through, and comment the dolphin emoji so I know who the oh, I'm losing it. Comment the dolphin emoji so I know who the real ones are, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.